Hi friends, it's Bob and Fran, and you know we are all about healthy aging and healthy eating, something we really are good at. Today we're going to show you many specific packaged food products. We sort of emptied out
everything's
the
right here in front of us.
Part of our pantry just to show you what food we have in the house that we enjoy beyond just the fresh veggies and fruits we eat in our whole food plant-based diet. And believe me, we never go hungry, and you won't either. So be sure to watch to the end for Fran's secret to tasty, high-flavored foods. And let's get started right now.
There seems to be a misconception that packaged foods should be avoided. It is true that a great deal of packaged foods are highly processed, full of chemicals, very salty or sugary, and not healthy at all. But there are quite a few packaged foods that are healthy, nutritious, filling, and convenient. So let's start with some frozen fruits and vegetables.
Well, I see a couple that we have in our freezer now.
Yeah. Now, we always would choose fresh whenever possible.
Yeah.
But just in cases of time when you run out of something, we like to keep some in the freezer.
So the first one that I noticed in the freezer today are blueberries.
We always have to have blueberries.
Blueberries are like my daily pill or something.
Yeah.
We love them. They're delicious frozen.
And I always keep a package of organic mixed vegetables just in case I want to make something and I'm short on vegetables. Now, we would suggest that you buy organic whenever possible just to reduce your exposure to chemicals. And the good thing about frozen fruits and veggies is that they're flash frozen right after they're picked, which helps them retain their nutrients.
Yeah. The next category is canned beans. We eat a lot of beans. They're healthy for you, and we enjoy beans.
Now, it is cheaper, we know, to buy dry beans and prepare them. But it's so convenient to have several cans of your favorite beans in the pantry.
What do you have there?
Okay, right now we have garbanzo beans, also known as chickpeas. This is red kidney beans. And my favorite, black beans. Yeah. All organic, very inexpensive. All we do is drain them and rinse them and they're ready to go. Now, the next group of foods is not only delicious, but very filling. And we're talking about grains. We personally eat a lot of brown rice and oats, as well as some others like buckwheat, farro, and quinoa. Let me show you a few. This is Bulgar wheat.
I like this too.
This is actually not a grain, but a seed, but it kind of serves as a grain. It's called quinoa. Delicious. I've got pearl barley, which is great in soups.
Yeah. So Fran makes soups a lot.
Always good to have a soup in the freezer. Yeah, part of a soup in the freezer.
Pearl barley is a real pearl, a real gem.
Now, I don't know if you're familiar with this one, but it's really delicious. Farro. Try it. It's really good.
So farro has a real nice chewy texture, and Fran makes it with some onions and mushrooms. It is really good.
Now, this is Israeli couscous. It's whole wheat Israeli couscous, and it's also really healthy. One thing I want to tell you about all these products that we're showing you, they basically only contain one ingredient in each. You don't get these chemicals that you see in so many processed foods. When you can't pronounce them, your body does not recognize them. Another food that we always have on hand are lentils, red lentils and green lentils, both organic and really good for making stews or curries or soup.
Yeah.
Really healthy.
Tomatoes should be next, I think.
Yes. Now, tomatoes, we always have in our pantry in either cans or boxes. Mm-hmm. If they are canned, we make sure the can is BPA free, and it says it right here on the can. BPA is an industrial chemical that can have ill effects on your brain and cause other health issues. And the acid in the tomatoes can cause the BPA to leach into our food. That's why it's important to get BPA-free cans if you buy canned tomatoes.
So, one of my personal favorites is anything Italian.
Right.
So, pastas are like very much a mainstay in our home.
Right.
And we love Italian food, and we eat pasta at least once a week. And we buy only whole wheat pasta.
And organic whenever possible.
So what do we have in the house? Oh, we can have this tonight.
Yeah, here is penna, whole wheat penna. This one you may not have tried. This is whole wheat orzo, which is great in soups.
Just delicious.
Whole wheat organic spaghetti. And whole grain, non-GMO lasagna noodles.
So Fran makes a regular lasagna. She also makes something she calls the lasagna roll-ups.
Those are really good.
Those are really excellent. Thank you. Love them. Well, let's talk about tofu. We eat some tofu.
Okay. Many of you don't realize that there are different kinds of tofu to be used for different recipes. So I want to share a few with you today. This one is shelf-stable tofu. That means that it's not in the refrigerator section of your store. It's on the shelf in many Asian sections of supermarkets. And we buy the soft tofu in the shelf-stable because I use this to make low-fat mayonnaise or chocolate pudding. Now, the kind of tofu that we use most often is extra firm tofu packed in water in the refrigerator section. This is great, for example, for a tofu scramble or eggless egg salad. But now there's another kind of tofu that I really like. This is super firm tofu that's not packed in water. And so it's perfect for using in your air fryer, or you could use it in the oven to bake tofu chunks to add to a recipe. So we have 3 different kinds of tofu for different purposes.
What about the soy curls? Isn't
that,
that's like...
Have you heard of this one?
This is my chicken, my favorite chicken.
I almost forget that this is tofu because it's dried, it's dehydrated soy, and it comes in a bag, and you just use a little, you put it into some water to rehydrate it, and it can be chicken in your chicken soup. You can make it chicken fajitas.
Stir fries.
Oh, and the parts at the bottom that are kind of broken are great for barbecued beef.
Yeah, barbecued fake beef.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about raw nuts and seeds. I know that we always have them in the house, and they're good in small quantities.
Right. Now, if you have a heart issue, we would recommend that you avoid nuts and seeds. But if you don't have a health issue, then feel free to use, well, at least we use raw nuts and seeds in baking and salads and cereal. And going along with that is a very important addition to our diet is flaxseed meal. Flaxseed meal is, you can buy it in seeds and grind it yourself, but this is so much easier, and I just keep it in the refrigerator or freezer once it's open so it doesn't go rancid. Flaxseed meal supplies us with our omega-3 fatty acids, which are a very important part of our diet.
So we have it, I know, in our cereal every morning.
I put a tablespoon in our cereal each morning, and that's sufficient to supply our omega-3s.
What about nutritional yeast, or nooch, as you all call it?
If you haven't heard or tried nutritional yeast, I highly recommend it. Not only is it cheesy tasting, but it's really good for you. And you can sprinkle it on air pop popcorn. You can make a a cheese sauce with it. It really does taste like cheese, but it's just nutritional yeast. It's good for you.
And
It supplies you.
isn't it full of vitamin B12?
12, right.
Yeah.
Which you normally can't get from a plant-based diet.
Yeah. So that's a good way
Yeah.
to get some vitamin B12.
Tasty way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about dried fruits.
Okay.
I know you like your dates.
I love medjool dates.
I'm not that big on those
No, you're
dates,
not.
but I like golden raisins and other dried foods.
Right.
And I think while we don't overdo the dried foods, it's always good. Prunes, dried apricots, figs,
Right.
all those foods seem to be very healthy.
Yeah, good for snacking.
And,
Healthy.
They come in packages, but
Yeah.
pretty darn good.
Yeah. Now, the last category that Bob was teasing you about before is spices. Lots of spices. I use them in just about everything, and they can make a huge difference in your cooking.
I like, and I think I'm speaking for Fran as well, high flavored foods. So I know a lot of vegan recipes look and taste kind of bland.
Yeah, not our food.
No. So
I use, just to give you an example, I use garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, garam masala, curry powder, oregano,
hold it, slow down. I'm writing notes here.
chili powder, oregano, dill weed, paprika, smoked paprika, celery seed, and coriander, just to name a few. And you may remember from a previous video that I said that I arrange my spices alphabetically to make them easier to find.
Well, I can't find them, but
You don't have to, I'm
No,
doing the cooking.
I know, that's good. So we hope that you found this information helpful and filling. You will never go hungry. And we don't want you to go hungry, and we want you to eat well. And in case you are wondering, we're not paid to feature any of the brands that we have shown you today, although
That would be
that
nice.
would be nice. So please tell us in the comments section below what packaged foods that you use that are a mainstay in your home, and we could add that maybe to our own list. And we'd appreciate one favor. If you could just suggest to a friend to subscribe to our channel and help us grow, we really appreciate that very much. We try our best to produce videos that have good content. We're not always smooth and silky and sharp like some of the other videos, but we think we deliver important things that will help you age well and enjoy longevity. So,
One more thing before
Sure.
we go. In case you're wondering what it says below the camera on our shirts, it says plants are the best medicine.
they sure are. Hey, we look forward to seeing you again very soon. So bye for now.
Bye-bye.